I'm sorry, my friend came up and was talking with me. Uh, I'll finish, and it's great because while that was all happening, I had a very great experience. So I'll finish the part about my wife, which I can handle much better now. So I believe in karma, and I believe that's what happened. And I'll explain all of that along. So, finishing the story with Jamie, so we were there, and we knew this was the last time we're gonna. I didn't say it wasn't gonna be. It's gonna be difficult, but remember the good story, Bill. Tell the bad story. They're both good, Bill. They're both good stories. They're both good stories. Remember, she's looking. So, um, when we got married in the hospital, that was beautiful too. I'll tell you about that. That's a great story, but it's a long story. So, we were in the hospital, and that day to get the marriage license was hectic. I mean, to tell you about the Gibson wing, I told the nurse. It's a long story, so I'm just going to tell you. Told the nurse that I was going to marry her. That set the whole place on fire. 6 hours later, we were married, and it was all done by nurses, doctors, you name it. And one doctor, I'm not going to give names because I don't know what rules may have been broken, but one doctor even drove me all the way to Naples to get the marriage license, and I happen to know everybody at the city hall, so I was able to contact whoever answered. I knew, so I told her what was going on. She already knew how Jamie was doing. What asked me how Jamie was. Told her the story. Got there. It's lucky it was a doctor, and went in to get the license. Couldn't get the license. I'm going to tell this part because it's cute. Went in to get the license. Couldn't get the license. I was walking back to the car, telling the doctor, I wasn't going to get it because I needed Jamie there. And she comes running out. She says, Bill, if you can get a doctor's note. I said, it just so happens. And here she is. So we scribbled out whatever needed to be written right on her hood. Got the license, and we went back. A lot of things in the middle. And I will tell that story. It's awesome. And so, in all of this, it took 6 hours. That's the end of that story for now. 6 hours of that, we didn't. I was at the house, but I knew where the ring was, but I wasn't going to take the doctor's time to go through what it took to get to it. So, and it's not at the Ocean House. Everything is at the main house on the lake. And so I I am. She drives me up there, but like I said, I told her, I said, I've been letting the dogs out. She said, take your time. I'm not like that. I'm gonna get the least amount I can get done that solves my problem. That as long as I'm there. So that's just my nature. And so I'm not getting the ring. I guess that's the story there. So we get married. She always, her diamond ring was quite large. And so whatever I can't remember there's two rings. I don't remember the sequence, but the big diamond was the part she'd leave off only because she actually chipped it. And she felt so bad, she stopped wearing it. I told her, I said, it's meant to be. I said, it's no big deal. I said, I thought it was a diamond. I don't think you can break them. So I said, it's just meant to be. I said, and she's like, I figured you're going to be all upset. I'm like, upset? I said, the only thing I'm upset about is that you don't have the other piece. I said, I would have had a piece of jewelry made of me out of it. I said, that way we'd be connected forever. And I told her then, I still don't have it, but I expect in my life I will see a shard of diamond that is going to look like a piece of glass, but I'm somehow going to see it. I believe that. And if I ever do, I will make sure the world knows that. But I don't know how I'm going to find it. And that's the part that's confusing to me. And I don't know where the other, I know what it looks like. I mean, I don't know what it looks like. I know what it should look like is what I should say. But I bet I can identify it if it puts itself in front of me. I have that much confidence in karma. Because I know I'm meant to see it. I know I'm meant to have that around me before I die. So I know I have a long ways to go, or a short time, or what. I don't know. I mean, it could be sitting right here when I say, nah, stop, and look down. It could be sitting right there, and I'd be like, oh, I'm glad I said goodbye to them. So I know that sounds silly, but that's how clear my head is. And I know it's not that easy for everybody to do. And I really I hope to God that it isn't my scar on the side of my head or anything to do with it. I hope that just talking and listening to my stupidity somehow enlightens somebody and they say, he's right. I've been worrying about all the other people's feelings. If I actually just tell them the truth, they have nothing to get mad at me for. They can't hold anything against me because I was honest. Then all of a sudden, watch what happens. Politicians, they're going to hate me. I mean, absolutely. Why do you think I just told you a few minutes of these things ago that politicians and I don't get along? But I know how to deal with them because I know who they are. I know what they're going to do. So if you know what you're dealing with, you can work with it. Everybody thinks that it's a big problem. It's not. It's just knowing what you're dealing with. Trust me. After everything I've been through, literally building the third largest house in this country, some of the largest and tallest buildings in Northeast, almost every state in the country, swam in both the Atlantic Pacific, the Gulf. Gulf is the warmest, by the way. And I can tell you the best spot. What am I rambling about all that? I don't remember why I'm saying that. I'm sure it'll come to me, or I hope it does. Oh, my opinion. That's my opinion with all of that little bit of knowledge I just listed off. I think that's what I'm supposed to finish with. Or hope it connects somehow. But I tried a new strain of, I can call it my medication. I like this one. So I'm sorry if it gives me a second or two. I actually like these sections, and sometimes they come out really well. So if it comes out really well, if something creative comes into my mind, I will be talking about it as soon as I shut up. So I'm going to shut up. I already talked about the bike. Oh, I did invent a few things today. I invent things all day long. I mean, great things. What did I invent today? Oh, I invented a new lock for bicycles. If you can get through this lock, you can have the bike. It's perfect for every bike. It's lightweight, and if you, like I said, I don't care if it's a $20 bike all the way to a $20,000 bike. If you can get through it, and you can have it. I'll pay for it. Personally. I will personally go and find whoever got through it. And that's who I want to pay. I don't want to. I'll give the owner. I'll replace the owner's bike to the best of whatever's best, and that he could pick whatever bike it is out there because what he thought was bulletproof got through, and he used my lock. And whoever got through it, I will take care of any legal issues you might have. So you can be the biggest thief and find the guy that's got the money to buy the biggest and most expensive bike, and you two team up, literally legally, and find a way to break through it, and I will both pay you. That's the luck I've got. Because I've been out here 7 years, and I've watched everybody's method fail. I've been watching. Whoever wants to patent this, get in touch with me, and I will design. I will describe it all out. I have a plan, a deal, and believe me, you're gonna accept it because it's more than fair. And it's three little things, and you control most of it. So, yeah, that's a perfect thing to talk about. I was thinking about it today. So I just need somebody that wants to invest in it. I can tell them I'm not concerned about all of that. I'll tell you right over the phone so you don't waste any of your time. And same thing. I talked with my accountant, Chuck Clark Associates, Stuart, Florida. Told him I'm looking to get in touch with Willie Gary. He's through his attorney's office. I'm looking to talk to Willie Gary himself. That's the only person I want to talk to, but I've been directing my interest through his office properly, so there's no legal issue. I want him to be clear of any concerns. I want him to hear my side, and if he agrees and thinks it's worthy of his talent, because that's what he has, is an amazing talent. And I know he knows. That's why I want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to a bunch of people in the middle. And I say cronies. Anybody that works for you is everybody I like. So I don't mean to make it derogatory at all, and I'm sure it is, but that's not me. I did talk to my accountant already today. He's all up to speed, not all up to speed on everything, but up to talking to Mr. Gary's office. And anybody that wants to fund the money for that patent and hear about it, contact Chuck. He'll take the call and tell him it's me, Bill Cardiff. He'll take the call. He may not right then and there because he's a very busy person. So he will get back to you. And if you want to fund this, I promise you it's as good as that. It's well worth whoever gets the patent. It's literally just listening to me, and when I tell you what it is, you'll say, "Yeah, I'll pay the money for the patent." And I'm gonna listen for a top name brand because it doesn't need to be expensive, but I want it to represent. It's going to from now on represent the quality from that brand, and I'm I'm thinking some of the top name brands should have it, but I'm gonna it'll go to the first person that meets the qualities I'm looking for. So, and then they're not that. I'm just saying it's a great idea and very, very, very lightweight, quick. It does everything. I mean, it solves every concern. So, there's a challenge for everybody out there that wants to join up and see if they can. Oh, I guess it's. I haven't. I just realized the real problem. I don't have a lock yet. I'm supposed to be telling you how to make it. See how my brain works? Huh. Well, why don't I just say that? I'll tell everybody how I think it could be built. Once you guys all start thinking about the ideas, whoever can get it to patent. I mean, it's open. I don't want the patent. I don't care. I would like 49% of it is what I want. And it's not 51-49. It's 49 me, 49 whoever, and one is going to another entity to control those two. That's it. So, whoever comes up with that solution, the lock, and I'll describe what it does and how it does. Right in a second after these people pass. Okay, it's pretty simple. It can or it can't, and I think it works best as a replacement kickstand. And it should be the wings that would go from frame to frame that hold it down now. That's all it does currently. So the way I want it to go is the kickstand is extendable. So it goes to any bike practically, and I think if you measure it all out, I never have, but in my mind I have. So from the base where it mounts to the frame of any bike down, take that 50% up and make that where the bottom half can receive it. And then I want that to be able to, there's going to be a screw in it so that you can move it quickly. And I think I say a screw. In my mind, I want something to reduce the weight that's designed a lighter but durable alloy type thing that can just easily be spun with your fingers. And I have an idea in my head, but I'm not going to give you all my ideas for it. Run with it. Inside that is going to be, again, I just realized I can just say what it does. So inside that section, almost like a shock absorber, there's going to be a cable system that is inside of it, but extends, pulls out. Now, in my mind, it's 5. Each cable has its own 5 twines, and I'm not going to tell you my ideas behind that. But then that's 5 times again. That all itself gets. Wait a second. Trap. So each one of them, so 5 coils that like a regular coil does, encoded. But that also gets coil encoded. No, I'm sorry. The second one, each 5 strands gets coiled to a strand, and that gets coded. So it gets 5 of those. around that could be made to coil like it had coiled. All of this is going to be small enough. That's it. And those two, all when coiled. How you doing?
How's it going?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
All of those are small enough when wound together that it can slide inside of, say, no more than a half-inch diameter total cylinder. So like a shock, so half the length of, and I don't know if one would do it. I don't know. I'm thinking in my mind, because a 12-inch tire down up to a 26-inch tire doesn't do a lot in the frame height. Hi, how are you? Huh? I, yeah. Have a good day. Yeah, you're going for your walk tonight. Okay, I'll see you tonight. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry. So yeah, those five, if you can imagine, would be a final coil in a coiled up wire, hard wire, pulling wire. But the last five are individually coiled and then looped on the end, or a very secure lock thing with an eyelet underneath of it. But one of each of the coils in mine is made of the lightweight, the strongest, and I'm thinking of titanium. But I don't know. I don't have any titanium right here. But I want the hardest thing to cut, and what they out here on the streets use mostly for the quickest thing are a hydraulic jack to separate things, like the U-locks. I can pop one of them, and I can open that faster than with their key. And the other hard ones, that hard. The other silly one is, what was I going to tell you the other one was? Because everybody thinks the U-lock is hard. I forget now. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it has those, and all of them, the eyelet's long enough where it can come around and lock on itself. So, and I have the lock mechanism. It's easy. So, and it's just a pin. The head on the cable is going to be small because of the thing, but that's why I have that one strand in each of these. It's got to be able to break that. I was telling you what they use is a garden shears, like you lop off the tree limb, those big ones that you could literally put your wrist in. That's what they're cutting the lock with, and or a bolt cutter, which. But if that, I'm saying titanium coil, I'm talking wire. I'm not talking a strand. I'm talking a little wire, but done the same way, 5 dimes, till it's just it's you know what I'm saying. Diameter small, SM all, but. Test that a few times. I'm pretty sure that's going to be dulling up their whatever their cutter is. And I've got 5 of them in there. I'm going to have one go through the chain and the front sprocket. So it goes through the chain and the sprocket. That's one. It's right there. It's already on the kickstand. The next one goes through the frame and the rear tire. Done. You can't have enough length to your front tire, but in my system, you just go and buy the release and put it to your back. It'll go with that. It's long enough to do that one. That's 3 of them. I got enough, if your pedals are good, to put 2 more in. So if you had a package, I can make a whole line of products that go with that thing that can lock with it because there's 2 extra things. So that's a pretty good idea already for anybody. And if there's any little hitches that go along, tell me and I'll figure it out. Now I can tell you the locking system is simple, because you're going to make a key, and the key is going to have notches in it that move ball bearings. And you're going to have those ball bearings on springs. The only way that the ball bearing can move is if the cutouts that are going to have holes, divots in them at certain depth that we set when we mill it out. We can set any one of them at a different setter, and I mean a ball bearing isn't going to say no. It is just not going to say no. Never mind the fact we're putting 5 of those in there. And then there are all, I know the whole tricks about sliding a piece of tinfoil and all that in there, and it gives it enough. Well, do that to 5 of them. If you've got 6 buddies kicking around, you might be able to get through all of that. And, by the way, I didn't ever put a time limit. I mean, I'm hoping that within an hour and a half to 2 hours that it takes for Santa Monica police to catch on to you stealing that bike. So I'll even add an hour. If you can do all of this and get under 3 hours, you win the patent. There you go. There's the challenge. And I told you how the split is. And if you can't, any of it, I can see it all in my head, and I know I know I can tell you where you're missing something. So that is a physical 49% challenge in a company that's going to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars, because there's product line after product line after product line that can go with that. And think of, you could make it so small that it could be a cable in a backpack that has never even been thought of. So I can think of a million things. So whoever comes up with that little kickstand, that's what it has to be, because that's the idea and that's the way I work. I don't care if you get halfway there. To me, it's got to fit on a bike. On every bike. I want to pick out any bike that I want blindly without seeing it, and it has to fit it. I mean, fit it like it's supposed to fit it. If you get that and it does all of what I just said, we're going to have that deal I just said about a patent agreement. Otherwise, we'll tie it up in court. And it's recorded now. So, you know as well as I do, that's a damn good deal for whoever comes up with it. All right, I'm checking out, because that's a great note. And I got to do some packing up, because I don't even know what time it is anymore. So I was giving John an asshole about being here early. Oh, I just said his name. I probably have before now, so it's too late now. And he knows everybody. So I guess whatever I was trying to keep secret is out now. And glad that gets stuff on my screen. I think it's on my face. So anyway, I will be saying later. I have one for tonight, and I hope you all have a happy, healthy, and beautiful day. Bye-bye.